Good morning, students. So let's start our session today in continuation of what we had discussed yesterday. So yesterday we discussed about the the fundamentals of indefinite integration and the formulas of the standard integrals, and we also briefly discussed about the what we are going to do for integration when the integrands are not coming under a direct formula. So we discussed about few methods. Okay, I just named those methods. So from today, what we are going to learn is that what are those methods and how to apply those methods. So I hope all of you are able to view the screen very clearly, dear students.
Yes.
So if you recall that the methods what I said in the last class are the method of transformation, method of substitution, method of biparts, method of reduction, and method of partial fraction. Today what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss two methods. Okay, first one is that method of transformation, and the second one is that the method of substitution. In fact, after learning these two methods, we will gain some great confidence and knowledge that how we can apply both the methods in a complementary manner to solve some problem. Okay, now let me discuss about the method of transformation. Okay, just let me bring the topic here in the screen. The word the word transformation says a lot here. Okay, you know transformation means what? From one form to another form, correct or not? That is what
Yes.
we call it transformation in English.
Yeah.
Meaning of that word transformation means
Yeah.
from one form to other form. Now which form to which form in context to our discussion? Suppose you have been given an integration, okay, where the integrand is not directly you can apply the formula. Okay, what I mean by that? Suppose you get a function fx dx where fx is something which is not coming under the standard formula of integration what we discussed in the previous class. Then
Okay.
we will think, can we transform this function? Means, can we transform this function fx to some other function gx? Okay, so that I can easily integrate that gx. Are you getting my point? So
Yes.
that transformation we are going to learn now. So it is better to learn by means of some example. Suppose, you know, if I say that, what is integration of 2x plus 1 whole square dx? So here in our case, what is fx? Fx is 2x plus 1 whole square, correct or not? Fx is equal to what? 2x plus 1 whole square. But if you look into it, dear students, the standard formula list, you will never find there is a formula called 2x plus 1 power n dx, how to integrate.
Yeah.
So then what to do? Then transformation coming into the picture. Now, can I transform that fx to some other function and that function I can directly integrate? Let's see. So, if we just, make an algebraic, simplification, expansion here. So what we'll get? It
Oh,
is 4x square, correct or not?
yeah.
It is 4x square plus 4x plus 1, correct or not?
Yeah.
Now I say this is my gx. So my gx, if I use a different color, so the gx what we get is that 4x square plus 4x plus 1. I'm just giving a very simple example. This is gx, correct? No? So then what we can write? That same function we can write is that 4x square plus 4x plus 1 into dx, correct or not? Clear or not clear?
Yeah.
So that is equal to, we have learned that if there is a addition or subtraction of multiple functions and then integration, then we can have the individual function integration and then apply the algebraic, operation plus or minus, correct or not?
Yes.
So plus integration 4x dx plus integration 1 into dx. 1 into dx means dx. But I'm writing all these steps because we are learning now. You should not, jump steps. So as we know that we can take the constant out of the integration, x squared dx plus 4 into integration x dx. And I'm just writing here it is integration dx. Correct or not, dear students?
Yes.
So that is equal to what? If you now we know a formula, and that formula is called integration x to the power n dx is equal to what?
X to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1.
Correct. X to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus 1 integrating constant c.
Yes.
Okay. So the same thing we can apply. Only one condition is that n should not be equal to minus 1, and here n is not minus 1.
Yeah.
So then what we can write? So it is 4 into x to the power 3 by 3. Correct or not? Plus 4 into x square by 2.
Yes.
Plus x, and plus you can add one integrating constant c. You may think, sir, first integration is x squared dx, for which I will get an integrating constant. Second integration is x dx, I will get one integrating constant. For the third integration dx, I will get one integrating constant. So shall I write three integrating constants together, separately? My statement is not required. You just add one integrating constant, because we will tell that is the integrating constant considering all this. Correct or not?
Yes.
So what we see from this simple example is that we just transform. What was our fx? Our fx was 2x plus 1 whole square. Then we transform into gx, which is nothing but 4x square plus 4x plus 1. Okay. And then we perform that integration. Clear or not clear?
Yes.
Okay. Like this, we have generally, dear students, so we can, classify functions like algebraic functions, then trigonometric functions, then exponential functions, logarithmic functions. So, we'll see that how the transformation works pretty well for all these kind of functions. Okay. For this particular problem, anyone has any simplest doubt? No doubt, right?
No. No.
Okay. Now, the next point what I'm going to discuss, is about for that how we can make transformation for different types of functions. Okay. So first thing is that method of transformation of algebraic functions. Okay. Then you will find the method of transformations of trigonometric functions. Let me give you another example so that it will be our understanding could be more rock solid. So let me give you another example is something like this, that we need to find integration of, let me do it here to save space here, I can do it here. So suppose we need to find the integration of cos square x dx, or I can sign that cos square, let me write properly, cos square x by 2 dx. Okay. So what you can think of, as long as the transformation is concerned. So as long as the transformation is concerned, dear student, that we need to think that can I apply the formula of, trigonometric, formula for cosine? What the trigonometric formula of cosine we are aware of? If you recall, there is one formula, and that formula is called, cos 2 theta. Can someone please tell me how we can express cos 2 theta in terms of cos theta?
2 cos square theta minus 1.
Fantastic. 2 cos square theta minus 1. Really appreciate. Fantastic. Very good. So now, if we apply this particular formula, so what will happen? So let me, proceed a little bit. So from here, what we can write? We can write that cos square theta is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 plus cos 2 theta. All of you agree, dear student?
Yeah.
All of you? Gurman, Sagnik, Disha, Srijita, Divyansu, all of you agree?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, instead of theta, we'll write x by 2. Assume that if we write, instead of theta, if we write x by 2, then how it will happen? This integration now transform to 1 by 2 into 1 plus cos of 2 into x by 2, that is cos x. Correct or not?
Yes.
So what was our fx? So if I say our fx was this, cos square x by 2. That was our fx, correct or not?
Yeah.
And we transform it to gx. What is our gx? Gx is 1 by 2 into 1 plus cos x. So that you can define as gx. And that is the transformation we have done.
Okay.
Now you may ask, though you are not asking, but ideally the question may have come from any one of you, sir, why this transformation? The transformation, because we do not know so far that, there is not so far, there is no standard formula for integration of cos square x by 2, correct, na, dear student?
Yes.
So open your formula sheet, you will never find.
Yeah.
I know what is the formula for integration cos x dx. What is that? If I ask you, Devansu, what is the integration of cos x dx? Devansu?
Cos x ds is sin x plus c.
Correct. Fantastic. Very well answered. Good. So now, as we know these things, so that makes this transformation is meaningful. Correct or not? So then what we'll get? It is 1 by 2. What we can do is that integration dx plus integration cos x dx.
Yes.
Gurman, Sagnik, everything is fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Srijita, Disha, absolutely fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So this is equal to what? Half into integration of dx is x and integration of cos x is sin x.
Yes.
And then we'll add another integrating constant c. So you can write where c is integrating constant. You can write integrating constant or constant of integration, all are, same meaning. So that is why the transformation makes a lot of sense, correct or not?
Yes.
Now what we are going to do, dear students, is that what type of transformation we are going to do for what type of function based on the classification of functions. Okay, I'm just going to give you some guidelines. The guidelines first I'm having for the method of transformation for algebraic functions. What it mean by that? So let me show you this thing, and then followed by we'll discuss. Is that algebraic function? If you recall, these are the algebraic functions, the functions where you have variable, some constant, and that is raised to power. Okay. It could be both rational power, irrational power, like this, right or not? For example, what we did here in the first example, the 2x plus 1 whole square here, right? No? That is an
Yes.
algebraic function. Whereas cos square x by 2, it is a trigonometric function. That fundamentals we are aware, no?
Yes.
So, method of transformation of algebraic function tells that under this method, express the integrand, okay, which is an algebraic function, as a sum of any combination of the following functions. What is the first one? Is that ax plus b power n, or we can express in terms of mod x into 1 by mod x into square root of x square minus 1, or 1 by x square plus a square, or 1 by x square minus a square, or 1 by square root of x square plus a square, or 1 by square root of x square minus a square, or 1 by square root of s square minus x square, or x square plus a square, or x square minus a square, or a square minus x square. Why so? Because for all this, whatever you see, I make a tick mark in red. For each of these, we have a standard formula.
Yes.
If you go for integration of x square root of x square minus a square, there is a standard formula.
Yes.
So whenever we have an algebraic function, which is, there is no standard formula, our target will be, not always that you will be able to achieve it. Our target will be to express that algebraic function. Suppose I say that function is fx, okay, as a sum of any combinations of these functions. Got it, no?
Yeah.
Now, I said a few seconds back that if we are able to, sometime we may not be able to. In that case, method of transformation will not help us to find that solution to the trigonometry. Okay? Then we need to apply something different. And what about the methods I discussed so far? Okay? The method of transformation, method of substitution, method of by parts, method of reduction, method of partial fractions, all we need to use in a complementary manner. Correct or not?
Okay.
Suppose from a place A to place B you need to travel. Okay, you see sometime is road, sometime there is a mountain, sometime there is a river. Then you need to use different type of vehicles to commute, no? But your objective is what? From moving from place A to place B. That's your objective. Here also, our objective is to perform integration.
Yes.
But we cannot use only one way of, one method. For example, if you want to go from place A to place B, and there are river in between, there are mountain in between, there are road in between. Okay, so you cannot think that no, I will travel everything by bicycle. Impossible, right? Sometimes you use bicycle, sometimes you need to trek, sometimes you need to swim. Similarly, here that sometimes bicycle, sometimes swimming, sometimes trekking, these are the different methods. So here also we will use different methods to achieve what? To perform the integration. In the analogy what I gave, what was our target? To move from place A to place B, so that after some time we want to see ourselves in the place B, not in place A.
Yes.
So that is why these methods has to be used in a complementary manner.
Okay.
So now, next one I am going to tell you is that the method of transformation of trigonometric functions. How we can, transform the trigonometric functions. So here it is. I'm going to, show you the, the material first. So, so in method of transformation of trigonometric functions, what you do, dear students, is that here, under this method, what we are going to achieve is that express the integrand, which is a trigonometric function, as a sum of any combination of the following functions. That is sin square m theta, cos m theta, sec square m theta, cosec square m theta, sec m theta, tan m theta, cosec m theta, cot m theta. Correct, no? Why so?
Yeah.
Same logic, like algebraic function. We have formula for each of these trigonometric functions. Correct or not? You know what is sine m theta? You know sine theta, m theta we'll see once we see the transformation, substitution. Okay.
Okay.
What we did here, if you look into our example, what we did, cos square x by 2 was given. But what we transform in the form of cos, exactly what has been guided here. Method of transformations of the trigonometric functions.
Yes.
Under this method, express the integrand, means which is a trigonometric function. With respect to the example, it is cos square x by 2 as a sum of any combination of the following function. Cos m theta was there, na? That's what we did. M theta,
Yes.
m was 1 in that case.
Okay.
Correct? Huh?
Yes.
So these are the guidelines. Now, our objective using the method of transformation is to abide by these guidelines. Okay. Now I repeat, very important statement that though I said few minutes back, but I'm repeating that one. Sometime we may not be able to achieve. Then what to do? For example, if that question is there that no, it is not cos square x by 2, it is cos to the power 5 by 2 into x by 2, cos to the power 5 by 2 x by 2. We may not be able to transform because there is no such formula we are aware of. Then we should do something else. Got it, no? So that is what is called the method of transformation for trigonometric functions. I repeat, under this method, express the integrand, which is a trigonometric function, as a sum of any combination of the following functions like sine m theta, cos m theta, sec square m theta, cosec square m theta, sec m theta, tan m theta, cosec m theta, cot m theta. Please remember, when the integrand contains either some integral power of trigonometric functions like sine cube theta, cos square theta, etc., a product of multiple trigonometric functions like sine theta into cos theta, cos 2 theta, sine 3 theta, etc. Simplify it using the trigonometric formulas to convert it to the above forms of trigonometric functions. We will see with examples later, but let me first give you the guidelines. Okay. Next one, what is coming, dear students, is the method of transformation of exponential functions. So next one, what we are going to discuss is the method of transformation of exponential functions. So what is that? Let me pull the material first, followed by we'll have a discussion. So under this method, express the integrand, which is an exponential function, which is of the form a power mx plus n, that is the exponential form, na? As b into e power a kx. So what is our, with respect to our analogy, what I can say is that is our fx. Got it, na? Or I can write here that a power, you have been given to integrand a power mx plus n. Got it, no, dear students?
Yeah.
So what we are transforming it? We are transforming it to integration b into e power kx. That is the transformation we are doing. Okay. What is b? B is a real constant. K is also a real constant. Why so? Because we know the integration of e power x, na?
Yeah.
That is why we are doing this transformation.
Okay.
Correct. For example, okay, let me tell you. Suppose a power mx plus n is given. How to do this thing? A power mx plus n is given, so we will take logarithm of both the sides. Then we will get what? Ln y is equal to mx plus n into ln a, na?
Yeah.
So then that implies ln y is equal to m into ln a into x plus n into ln a. That y is equal to what? E power m into ln a into x plus m n into ln a. Correct? Why? Because if you recall, log a to the base b is equal to c. That implies a is equal to b power c.
Oh, so yeah. Okay.
Correct, na? So that is as ln y. Ln y means what? If you recall, that it is log base e. So it is y should be e power m into ln a into x plus n into ln a. That we can have a simplification. We can make it e power n into ln a into e power m into ln a into x. Correct or not? So we can write, clear or not clear, dear students? All of you got it? So
Yes.
that means y is equal to b into e power kx. What is b? B is nothing but e into ln e power n into ln a. That is a constant, no? And k is equal to m into ln a. Correct or not?
Yes.
Now you may think, sir, how you can integrate b into e power kx? Okay, let me give you a little flavor, then you'll understand. And that actually little flavor of method of substitution. Suppose we need to find the integration of something like that. B is 2 e power 3x dx. Correct, no? So then what you can write? You can write 2 into integration e power 3x dx. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Then you can say, sir, I know e power x dx, but you are giving e power 3x dx. Correct? So the point is that here we can use a method of substitution. Very simple thing. What you will do? That is something new we are going to learn now, and details you will learn after some time. Let 3 into x is equal to t. Not a big deal, no?
Yeah. Okay.
So then what will happen? We can write 2 into e power t.
T.
But dx has to be represented in terms of dt. If 3x equal to t, that means 3 dx equal to dt. Differentiation.
Yes. Yes.
So instead of dx, we can write 1 by 3 dt, na?
Yes.
So then we should write instead of dx 1 by 3 dt. Correct or not? So that is
Yes.
2 by 3 integration e power t dt. Dear students, all of you understood?
Yes. Yes.
Gurman, absolutely clear? Srijita?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means 2 by 3.
Yes, sir.
And we know e power t is what? E power t plus c. Correct or not? Where c is integrating constant.
Yes.
Where c is integrating constant. Now we should replace back the value of t. T was our assumption. Correct or not? So that will be 2 by 3.
Yes.
So it should be 2 by 3.
E to the power 3x.
E to the power 3x plus c. Why I give this example? Suppose you may think, sir, after transforming into in the form of b into e power kx, how we are going to do the integration? And that method, what I applied, that in the substitution of 3x equal to t, that comes under the method of, substitution, which we are going to learn now. Correct? Okay, dear students, perfectly fine. All of you are able to get my point or not?
Yes.
Okay, now, in the method of substitution, let me first explain you by means of, just give an illustration, because illustration makes sense. I do not want to go to the, deep of the theory without giving the illustration. So, now I give you something called, there is an integration, something like this. Let me find a proper integration to give you an example. Is that, integration is something like this, which is a proper mixture of, both transformation and substitution. Suppose integration is something given like this, integration of 1 plus cos 4x, 1 plus cos 4x divided by cos x minus tan x dx. Cos x minus tan x dx. If you look into this integration, first you will think, sir, so definitely there is no standard formula. Okay, I can think of doing some transformation. Okay, so what is the transformation I can do? Is that I can write this integration is equal to, we just discussed one formula called is that 2 cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta, right?
Yes. Yes.
So 1 plus cos 4x, you can write 2 cos square 2x. Correct or not?
Yeah.
And cos x minus tan x, we can write cos square x minus sin square x into sin x cos x. Cos square x minus sin square x. Correct or not? I'm sorry, there is a small mistake I have done. It is cot x, not cos x. Cot x minus tan x. So cos square x minus sin square x into sin x cos x dx. Sin x into cos x dx. How you can think of that? I can write cot x equal to cos x by sin x and sin x equal to sin x by tan x equal to sin x by cos x. Correct, na? Are you?
Yeah.
Then it will happen. What will happen? Sin x into cos x will be the LCM, right? Na? All of you got it? Na?
Yes. Yes.
So then what we are going to get it here is that, so that implies integration 2 into cos square 2x divided by, cos square x minus sin square x is what? Cos 2x, if you recall a formula.
Yeah.
Okay, and that 2 I'm just deduct from here, I mean not writing it here. I'm writing this 2 here, 2 sin x cos x. Correct, no, dear students? So that is equal to what? We get integration cos square 2x by cos 2x, so that should be cos 2x. And 2 sin x cos x, there is a formula called sin 2x.
2 sin x. 2 sin
Sin
x.
2x is equal to 2 sin x cos x. Then
Yeah.
what we can do it here, dear students, is that I can write again 1 by 2 here and 2 sin 2x into cos 2x dx. Correct, na? And that is
Yeah.
equal to what? 1 by 2 into integration sin 4x dx. Because 2 sin x cos x is sin 2x. So sin
Yes.
2x into cos 2x would be sin of 2 into 2x, that is sin 4x. Correct or not? So
Yes.
what we have done so far? So far we have done, it is transformation. Isn't it, dear students? What we have done? It was, we have been given 1 plus 4x by cot x minus tan x. That is our fx. From that fx, we actually transform into sin 4x by 2. That is our gx, that is the transform function. Correct or not? So in
Yes.
all these steps, dear students, if you see, I have not done anything on integration. I just did trigonometric simplification. Isn't it, dear students?
Yes.
Disha, you agree to me?
Yes.
Right? So now the point is that after that what, sir? You may think, but there is no formula for sin 4x also. I know the formula for sin x. But how to apply the formula for sin 4x? And here comes the method of substitution. Why the word substitution is there? Because I am substituting 4x by something else.
Okay.
So what I am going to do? Let 4x equal to t.
Okay.
So then what it is coming? 1 by 2 integration sin t into dx has to be in terms of dt. We can
Yeah.
just differentiate, na? 4 dx is equal to dt. So that implies dx is equal to
1 by 4.
1 by 4 dt. Dear Devanshu, that is absolutely clear.
Yes, sir.
So instead of dx, what we can write is that 1 by 4 dt. So finally what we are getting? 1 by 8 integration sin t dt. Gurman, I want to know from you, what is the formula for integration sin t dt?
So it's minus cos t plus c.
Fantastic. Appreciate. So it is minus 1 by t into cos t plus c, where c is integrating constant. Now, what is cos t? T I need to replace back because t was our assumption.
Yes.
Okay, our substitution. I can say more context specific word is substitution. So I need to substitute back. So it is cos of 4x plus c. So if you look into it, the entire procedure, dear students, that whatever I wrote in red color, that was the transformation. Correct or not? That was actually a transformation.
Yes.
If you look into all these things, these actually transformation. Correct or not?
Yes.
And if you look into the bottom part, it is actually a substitution. Correct or not?
Yeah. Yes.
So, what is the lessons learned? That we need to use the method in complementary manner. Sometimes we need to use the substitution, sometimes transformation, sometimes mixture of these two. What we have done it here. Correct or not?
Yes.
We have done the mixture of these two.
Yes.
But if you look into the previous one, if you go back and if you look into the previous one, just as a quick recap, if you see cos square x by 2, here we only made a transformation. Correct or not? If you look into this one, cos square x by 2 dx, that is only transformation. If you look into 2x plus 1 whole square, it is only transformation. But if you look into the bottom example, what I did is that 2 into e power 3x, it is both transformation and substitution. And the example what we have done, it is that it is absolutely a transformation and substitution mixture. So then it is the right time to discuss about the theory. That what is the theory behind it, sir? Let's understand this thing. Okay? And if you look into the theory, you will find and that that exactly the mathematical statement what you follow. And here it is. So this is the method of substitution. I hope all of you are able to view it, dear students.
Yes.
Correct, no?
Yeah.
Just a minute. So now let us read through the statement together. Okay? And let's try to understand the inherent meaning of it with respect to the example what I have shown in the right hand side. Give me a few seconds so that the the note actually comes to the digital board. Meanwhile you can look into the right hand side example once more, a quick recap.
Yes.
It is taking a little longer time than the usual to upload it. Just give me a few more seconds or a minute. Okay, so you're able to view this thing, no, dear students?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go through it. In this method of integration, the integral, that is integration fx dx, is transformed to other integral and some independent variable z, where z is not equal to x. Okay, and then we are making the substitution. How? So first we are making integration of fx using the substitution x equal to phi z. Whatever we have done is equal to 4x equal to t. But remember, dear students, without giving that example, if I start discussing the theory, it could have been a little boring, and also you can think that it become a little difficult. But the moment we are giving an example, so when I say in the step 1 in the theory that assume x equal to phi z, it is nothing but in context to the example in the right hand side, it is 4x equal to t.
Yes.
In the step 2 of the theory, when you see there is a differentiation, and in the right hand side you see that 4 dx equal to dt. In the step 3, then we are performing the integration, and whatever you see in that integration I am doing, we are doing in the example in the violet color, correct?
Yes.
And then 4 and 5 we are doing, very easily, correct or not? So this is what the method of substitution. So why the word substitution? Because we are substituting 4x equal to t. And in the previous one, why it was a method of transformation? Because we have transformed the the given function, which is not directly integrable, to a function which is, we can perform integration on that. Okay. But I have a fantastic table, dear students, and that actually come up with a well thought work at my end. Is that the substitution of when to substitute what, that we are going to discuss now. Okay. So this table, what I'm going to share with you, it is a very, very important one, and I want you to really memorize it, and because that is going to help you that what substitution we need to make. Okay. So I hope it will take some time to come that this screen here. Okay. But meanwhile I can, it came very quickly this time. So if the integrand in the left hand side of the table in the column 1, you say it is the integrand, and in the right hand side what you see is that what to be substituted for. Correct, no? Suppose if you see, if the integration is given in terms of hx into ax plus b power n, or hx by ax plus b power n, then our substitution should be t is equal to ax plus b. Are you getting my point, dear students?
Yes.
Now, if you experiment, then also you can do. But what you see in the table is the result of those experiments I have done in the last few years. About what is the advantage of remembering this thing? You save time in the exam hall. Correct or not, dear students? Suppose an integration is given, integration of x squared plus a squared dx. You simply say it is x equal to a tan theta. Are you getting my point, what I'm talking about? Suppose an integration is given that you need to find x square plus a square dx. Correct, no? Now, your mind should go to that table what I'm discussing today during the exam hall. That, oh, okay, I need to take x equal to a tan theta. Let's see what happens if we take x equal to a tan theta. That means dx equal to, what is the differentiation of tan theta? Who can?
Sec.
Sorry?
No, log of sec theta.
Integration of tan theta? Sorry, differentiation of tan theta?
Or differentiation is sec square.
Sec square theta, no? So what is coming? X square is equal to a square 1 plus tan square theta, no? A square tan square theta plus a square. Correct?
Yeah.
And instead of dx, what we can write? A into
Sec square theta.
sec square theta d theta. Correct or not?
Yes.
Clear or not clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I wanted to mean here is that that whenever you have some integration, so in this case, it is pretty simple if you do in not in this way. What I wanted to mean is that suppose you get something like the square root of this. Okay, then what we'll get? We'll get square root of this, na? Correct or not?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and then what we'll get? You will get a square coming outside.
Yeah.
Correct, na?
Yes.
A
Yes.
square into coming outside, and then sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. So sec theta, so it will be sec q theta d theta. Correct or not?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
And then we'll see later the method of reduction, how it is going to help us to find sec q theta d theta integration. But this is the substitution you should start with. Got my point?
Yes. Yes.
Now, at that time, we should not spend time in experimenting. Similarly, if it is a square minus x square or square root of x square minus x square, we should have, that a sine theta. If x square minus a square or square root of x square minus a square, it is a sec theta. Similarly, if you see, these are the different substitution we need to make. Got it? Generally, if you see, especially this one and this one, these are all for JEE Advanced. Okay, but rest you need to remember both for your board examination and JEE Main. Okay, so now what I'll do is that, after that, you need to, we'll solve some representative example in the next class, and we'll start a new method of learning, but I'll give some DPPs. Okay, once I send you the class note, at that time I also tell you what are the daily practice problem paper you need to solve from that online platform. Okay, so that I will explain you in details. Okay, and we have come up with a new app, and that app also I'll explain you in some other class. Okay, so along with this, our online platform, and that will also help you to get access to the question paper and submit your answer paper very easily. So before we conclude our class, so if you have any specific question for me, please feel free to me.
Oops.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you very much. And we'll have our class tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.